where we're discussing the new film Obsession, written directed by Curry Barker. And I'm a fan of Curry Barker's work. Him and the other guy who plays Ian in Obsession, I cannot think of his name for the life of me at the moment, but and I
Cooper
apologize.
Tomlinson.
Cooper Tomlinson. Okay. They had this series called That's an Idea or something like that. That's a Bad Idea. Mm-hmm. And they were so funny in this web series. It's off the wall. It's absurd. Dude, Casey, they remind me of Young Us's.
Oh, nice.
Like if you watch some of these videos, and even this movie, I'm like, this is a movie we probably would have made, but not realize that Bear is the bad guy.
Yeah, that's totally fair. There was a time when I think we absolutely would have put ourselves in line in lockstep with Bear going, but he's doing the right thing. He's a nice guy. He just wants the girl.
Everything up until like The Wish was bad enough. Right after The Wish, and we're going to go through the movie and stuff, but to kind of like talk about me for a second, which I love to do. Like that whole pining after a girl, like caring about a girl. It wasn't obsessive, but it was like I thought you have to, that's what girls like. And we're going to talk a lot about tonight about why I think a lot of us felt that way growing up, because our influences told us this in movies and TV, and we're movie heads. So doing that and thinking and watching Bear in the beginning, like once The Wish happens, I know I'd be different. Yeah. At all ages of my life, I would have been like, this isn't okay. We got to figure out what's going on here. And like try to help her. I know me in that sense. But I know I've done stupid shit where I've made a wish on a star. I wish you loved me, stuff like that. We've done it. It's like kicking me in the balls to say it, but I deserve it because that is some sappy stuff, and that's who this character is.
Of course, we've all done it because we thought that was what was expected: the doting, the longing, the pining, and then
grand gestures.
The grand gestures, yes.
Buying a gift. What did you buy your gift for? All of that stuff. Like it was stuff that like I know I did. And to all the women out there, if you're watching and listening, which you're probably not, and I don't blame you, my apologies. I did grow up. I did realize, but I do realize that like for that, I at least truly believe, because I've had those opportunities to be a bad guy, like he does in the movie, and you find out he's one of those nice guys, in quotes. I wasn't that. I was actually trying to be a good guy. I just thought that this is what you did. And
it was the introduction part. It's the start. The way to, you think you're supposed to get the girl, and we definitely have some ground to cover this evening.
And Sturdy's just like, I was just cool.
No, I wish.
Sturdy's just like, I just needed to be me. I had the eyes and everything.
Cool. Not like me. I still haven't figured it out,
dude. Listen. Well, you know what it was. Once I figured it out for me, I knew that was where I was like, I need to get my shit together. I need to be okay with me before I can be with anyone. And once I started doing that, and not perfect, trust me, I'm not always great being by myself, but the head keeps talking sometimes. But I realized like who I was, and I was like, all right, I need to get serious then. And once I did that, it opened up a little bit. I didn't feel as much pressure. So I don't know if that helps anybody, but good luck if it does or doesn't. Watchers and listeners.
I think we should have some disclaimers, or like maybe a big section at the end of like, for all those currently pining, please take care of yourselves first. Learn to love yourselves first.
Yes. Learn to love yourselves. That's the best way to do it. Mm-hmm. And no one expect nothing from any woman or anybody else, because no one owes you anything. And just, if you're pining, tell them straight up. Stop with the bullshit. Be honest. Have some integrity for it. I know it's scary, dude. The scene. So let's set this tone. Let's talk about the movie as we go, and we can kind of like get personal if we need to throughout it. But so we open up, and there's this character named Bear. He's a very sweaty, floppy dude. He's a good-looking young guy, but he's very sweaty. He's kind of weird looking. In the sense that like he looks like an introvert, like and like maybe doesn't take care of himself too well and such. He looks like he could stink in the movie. He looks like he could have a bit of a smell.
I could see that. Like, I mean, he lives in that weird tiny apartment with his mom.
I think whether it was his mom or his grandma, I think she dies in it and left it to her. I assume they were like 18, 19.
I put them right about 1920. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Because they're all talking about like, well, the one girl was waiting for like college to get back to her.
Right.
So I assume she's in high school, Sarah. Because it's about 4 friends: Ian, Sarah, Nikki and Bear. Bear is the main, Nikki is his infatuation. Ian's his best friend, who is not a very good friend. And then you have Sarah, who really likes him. They all work together. But if you think about it throughout this, they all give indicators, even right out of the gate, that they're not that close and they're not that good of friends.
Yeah, it is kind of odd how they do that. Their interactions are not such that they are super close, that they as close as they are as friends. It's almost like that coworker friendship where it's friends because you're in the area, friends by just proximity.
Exactly. And I think they played off well. Like Nikki and Bear have been friends the longest since they were kids. Nikki's always been infatuated with Bear. Bear's always been infatuated with Nikki, but he can never tell her. He's afraid to tell her. Like he seizes up pretty quickly. Well, to start off the movie, he gets home from work. He returns home from work. He finds his cat dead because it ate his antidepressants that he left out. Did he leave him out on purpose? So he had something. This is speculation, and I was wondering, do you think he left those out on purpose so the cat would die and he would have something that hopefully Nikki would feel bad about?
Oh, if so, that's some twisted shit right there. Like you need.
Yeah, I've known people who have done weird shit like that. Where you they'll hurt themselves or something for sympathy.
Like I've heard of people, well, just as messed up. Well, no, actually, I'd say a little less messed up because you're not actually taking someone out, but to where people will be like, "Oh yeah, my grandma died. That's why I cheated." I'm like, what kind of fucking? First of all, your grandma's been dead for your whole life. You never even met her. but no, to what you're saying though, his personality, it does make sense. And it didn't even cross my mind till you said that. But at the same time, I'm like, the way that it broke him, I don't know. Because that was like his only piece, his only friend, like his only real thing that he actually cared about, that actually cared about him without any type of making a wish or, you know what I mean? Without trying to be someone he's not. It's just like I can come home around my pet. I can be me. So that's why I say no. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at the same time, you can't put it past him.
True.
See,
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, no, I want to hear what you have to say.
I agree with that. That I think because of the, like you said, Sturdy, unrequited love of an animal. That's the only thing he has in his life that he loves. I agree with the no factor. I think what we're seeing from Bear there is that and also his place is in complete disarray. He doesn't really take care of anything. Mickey brought up he's stinky and maybe he's not like all on top of it. I think he's just that absent-minded or so infatuated with his current situation that he doesn't think about other things.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that. I think a lot of it has to do with he's also 18 too. He's not going to, and he lost his, again, I can't remember if his mother or grandmother, but grandmother, losing her and then having a house and stuff or apartment or whatever he's got to take care of. He's not gonna. He's a kid. He's going to do the bare minimum. And I think that added a good layer to it of a loneliness aspect. My only thing is I don't subscribe to him having left it out to kill the cat. I did hear that and I liked the idea of it, but I subscribe to the idea of they show you this because he doesn't really do anything. Like once it dies, yes, it is something he cares about. He throws it in a trash bag and he doesn't even take the trash out. Right. He just throws it in a dead decomposing cat, and which comes into play again later. My thing for that was that was our first indicator as the audience to know that once she's in his care, he's not going to take care of her. He doesn't care. Yes. And I thought that was so it hit me in the face when I saw it. I'm like, of course he doesn't, but he's going to use it. How sad he was. And Ian goes on, his friend, who's not seriously not a great friend, and he's the other one that's in that Curry Barker's comedy videos. They're the ones that do it together. So he's very funny. I like him. But in this movie, he does play like a friend who really has some manipulative sides to him. And they play it off. So they decide to go out for drinks afterwards after he finds the cat and just throws it away. And he wants to go see Nikki, who's going to be there with all the friends. And he goes to an occult shop knowing Nikki likes that stuff because she lost her pendant and he wants to go get her a new one. So he buys a one-wish willow. This is an interesting one. Would you ever think to buy one of these? They look like something that would be a Cracker Barrel. And what would you wish for if you got them?
Well, if I'm at Cracker Barrel, for the food to be seasoned right.
That's why I would get breakfast, bro.
But honestly, I would really have to think about that because people would want to sit here and say world peace, this, that, and the third. But it's like, would you really wish for that, or would you think of something that's going to help you personally more? and your family more. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's why the friend with the $1 billion. Listen,
I
listen.
get it, and we'll get to that one.
I'm just saying,
like,
because you're saying, what would you wish for? I'm just saying that it may be something to that, to where I can help myself and family and people that I care about versus something else. I don't know.
I agree 100%. I unfortunately, like, as you know, people get older, sometimes you become more conservative. That whole idea of I want more for myself and for my family and their future. And I would definitely make that a completely selfish wish. That would be $1 billion or something outrageous, or even, you know, like stock options in every Fortune 500. I want 10,000 shares in every Fortune 500 company. And then boom, I'm just one of the wealthiest people on earth. And all I have to do is sell half of it. The other half gets to keep making money. And then I can go ahead and solve world hunger, world peace, things of that nature. Once you have those kinds of means.
But poor Nikki is just dying. Just while you're enjoying your boat, becoming a Bond villain.
What am I supposed to? What am I supposed? Hang on. If that's the case, so I'm supposed to unwish his wish.
Yes,
That's not him.
dude.
Nah.
You unwish his wish, so your friend can be good. When she's good, you just be like, "Sorry, here's a one wish, Willow. Wish for $1 billion for all of us."
Yeah.
Well, listen. Another thing is, I wouldn't be friends with any people like this at all. I'm like, I can't even mess with you guys. You're terrible to me. You're supposed to be friends, but you're terrible to each other.
Yeah,
You're manipulating each other, like the whole with the trivia game. The one friend's manipulating him to go to the trivia game. This time, I'm like, yo, he's upset about his cat. If you're a real friend, you should be right there. Yo, what do you need? Let's get something to eat. Let's get something to drink. Let's have a good time, because you just lost a part of your family and you lost your grandmother.
Well, they even like say it in the movie too. Like Ian gets people drunk because he thinks that will make them real selves,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a manipulation. Like you're getting people drunk in that instance just to do that. And whether it is to find out information and such. When they leave the bar, we have Bear and Nikki. Bear drives Nikki home. They stop, they talk. They're joking, they're flirting. It's very cute. They are kind of talking shit about Sarah because she knows Sarah likes him, which is the part of the thing that was like, is this not that I believe in the friend zone? And if you know how to get out, it's easy. Like it's not a hard thing to get out of. But you know, if you're in the friend zone, just walk away anyway. Go to somebody else. Like, because that's just be a friend and then go somewhere else. That's
you can just accept a friend. You know, what's wrong with having a friend? I never understood that when people get so upset about being friend zoned. It's like, well, okay, that if they're not going to like you and be into you that way, then appreciate your friend for who they are. Yeah. And if you're a true friend, move on. Well, you know, accept it, own it.
But we know as well as others, just like sometimes the friend zone is that it's something you're put in, and once you want to be out or you're out, that's when things start to change.
True.
And that happens too. That is a very real reaction to it as well. And I've been there. But it's one of those things where like he needs to be straight up with her. She needs to be straight up with him. Mm-hmm. I don't know why she's talking about Sarah. If Sarah likes him, leave it alone. She's like, well, ask her out. You know, if he's your friend, ask her out. See if she wants to go out sometime. Then you got your answer, dude. You don't have to use your one wish Willow on the girl. I got when he broke it, like she left. He fucked up. He scored. He didn't. Oh, damn, that's one. I'm trying not to curse.
Oh, okay.
5 times in a show, I have to do a punishment movie. I'm not happy about this.
But I will do the same.
If you want, like, I'm not going to hold anybody to it, but I'm doing it for me. I want to stop cursing. So so they're talking. He scored. He does not tell her. So he strikes out with Nikki. She's getting out of the car. He breaks the one wish Willow, and he wishes that he is the only one in the world that Nikki would fucking be in love with, or would Nikki would be fucking in love with, or something. However you phrased it. I was like, that's such a weird wish. I was like, the first time I watched this, because I think I said on a couple of episodes ago where I was like, well, it's not so bad. Everybody wishes for it. Then I heard it again, and I'm like, that's not a good wish. That isn't like, I wish she would love me.
Yeah, but it's I wish that she would love me more than anything in the world.
Anything in the fucking world. I know it was a fucking was in there.
Yep.
That's not counting for me. He said it. But adding that, the reason I'm saying like he's saying that and adding that effing is done out of frustration of striking out and not being honest. Yes. And he's taking it out almost on her when he says it, like anyone else, and that to me, and like even when he calls her like Freaky Nikki and he knows she hates that, I'm like, you're doing it. You're pushing buttons because you're pissy. And that's a problem. Like that's where I really saw with Bear. He was an issue. Well, he gets what he wishes for, and she becomes infatuated in a major way.
Yeah. Obsessed, perhaps.
Well, I mean, I guess it fits the title, but I thought that was Ian with the money. That's just me. But that's what this whole movie was about. First off, I want to say the woman who plays Nikki, Indy Navarrete, never heard of her before. I've never seen her in anything before. And honestly, she's probably my favorite actor this year in anything I've seen this year.
She did such a fantastic job, man. She really just blew the doors off with her performance in this all the way.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So now they're together. They're dating. She is clearly showing signs of being so infatuated, so obsessed with him. And he is very much showing signs of like, it's too much. And it's sort of disturbing to see him act like this. I'm like, the minute he gets what he wants, he doesn't care anymore. He cares, like he wants to be with her. He wants the sex. He wants this, which is she lost all of her autonomy. So this is all rape, in my opinion, by this point. You keep your dick in your pants if you make a wish like that, idiot. And so it starts to get crazier and crazier. She starts doing more and more that sort of she lies about her father's cancer. You know, like being sick, somebody that she doesn't even care about. She's not close to her father, but she lies, and she's using that. So she's starting to manipulate. What I took from this and from a lot of what I've been watching and reading and such, she is a projection of Bear's view of her. It's not Nikki. This is Bear's view of Nikki. So everything she's saying, everything she's doing is what Bear wants, but he doesn't know he wants, or he doesn't see it as that, or like he doesn't like the way it's kind of being given to him. Which I thought was an interesting take on the possession angle of all of this. That his wish caused him to possess her, and he doesn't like what he's seeing. And that's, you're seeing the ugliest parts of yourself, the ugliest parts of your desire and everything. I thought that was an interesting take on this. What do you guys think about how he was acting through it and what she was going through?
He, like you said, I agree. I felt like he didn't know what he wanted. He just was attracted to her. He didn't even know he liked her because he didn't. Yes, he knew her for years, but didn't even seem like he really knew her. Because there's certain things where it's like if you know this person for years, if you're infatuated, if you have a crush, whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying be weird and get gifts, but it's like just be there, be a friend, see where it goes. Step up if you have those feelings about her. Let her know how you feel, and again, see where it goes. But he makes this wish, and then it just goes way more than he expected, way more than he can handle. And I mean, like you're saying, she was in his possession in more ways than one, like possessed because of the wish, and then like his possession as like what he wanted, and just way more to the fact of like, the whole saying, be careful what you wish for, because this right here is wild. And I loved it. Like, I loved how crazy she was in certain scenes where she just comes out of nowhere, headbutts the window, has a brick, and just smashes this chick's face. And like, this poor innocent, she had nothing to do with it.
But before we even get there, like, think about like everything she's like. She's freaking out in the restaurant. Like, she like the no, like, beautiful scene, by the way. She nailed that one, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Just that intensity that she brought to it. And then you get to like her duct taping the door. When he tells her to don't do any weird stuff today, she just stands there, pisses, shits. That's number 2. And vomits all over herself throughout the day, because in a weird way, I heard somebody kind of correlate her to a cat, like the cat would wait for you by the door to watch. And like, maybe that's sort of what he was looking for. He was looking for, like, a cat is almost obsessed with its owner. Now they'll scratch the shit out of you too. Damn it, that's 3. They'll scratch you too. But they're like they're very obsessed with their owners. Like they want their owners to take care of them, love them, and such. And there's like this compromise you make with a cat where you don't make that with the dog. You take care of the dog. The dog just like tries to be your best friend, and that's it. A cat, it's almost like a compromise. Like, I'll do my thing, you leave me alone, and I'll cuddle with you. Just feed me. I almost cursed and do it. Feed me.
And that's very much so what really comes across here with once again, Indy Navarrete. Really just nails it, man. Like, that restaurant scene is beautiful. That is one of the best scenes of showing how an obsessed person will react, and being able to kind of cause that scene and create that, and that weird tension and that lack of comfort. It's very uncomfortable, and it's really neat how she kind of nails that in every interaction around other people. She's uncomfortable because she's so obsessive. Like, I need you now. You're going to interact with me now. The way a perfect example, the way a cat, when they want to be loved, they are absolutely going to force themselves on you. They will not let you go away. They are all about you. One of the things that they do beautifully in this too is, especially when he snaps and makes that wish, And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the lighting. The way the camera angles and the lighting are done in this make it that much creepier, and you can tell something's changed, something's shifted. That dark half has entered.
Yeah.
You know, the moment he does that, he opens up the world to whatever evil is able to show up there through that wish. And channeling that is always done beautifully throughout this movie, with that lighting, with that speed, with the change of effect, with the fact that everything is a little off kilter, like the fact that not everything is fully in frame, that there's always something in the background, leaving you looking behind it, scanning constantly, waiting to see what's going to show up. You know, they did it
lingers on things.
Yes,
you're right. It does. Like even when Sarah and he are talking, like we're not seeing Sarah's face. We're looking at Sarah's profile with the window, and that was such a and that's such a good build to the tension. You know, like boom, 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 then boom. You know, like what do we get here? We get going on like with all this infatuation, this weird thing she's doing. Like she feeds him a lunch that is the cat.
Yes,
you know, and like he freaks out. But like I thought the pictures she put was interesting because it was one of him and it says you, and then it's one of her and it says not you. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, it's interesting because I'm wondering if this is her subconscious. Like it does bleed out a few times. She does wake up, or she doesn't wake up, but it's like she's sleeping and her subconscious pops up and asks to be killed. And then he does like the most chilling. That's like halfway through the movie. And he does the most chilling thing, which is what's wrong with being with me? Yeah. It's like, she's there now. Like you could have, and I'm not saying it's right because you should have just helped her from the beginning, but like she did lie the first night and said she was on ecstasy. So it led to them sleeping together. Well, they slept together and such, and she said she was on ecstasy. That's why she was acting so weird and whatnot. And that one you could play with, but then you go a little bit far and you get to this point, or you get to the point where like anytime, like, again, duct taping the door and keeping it quiet is weird. Yeah. Letting her poop and pee and then vomit on herself all day. And you clean it up, but it's weird. It's a weird thing that like you wouldn't try and get her help. All through all of this, like he's learning new things. Ian and Sarah think everything's weird. All of Nikki's friends think she's being very weird, which she is. Ian informs Bear that Nikki told Sarah that she sees him as a little brother before they were dating. That's why this is strange to them that they're dating. Sarah tells Bear that Ian and Nikki are hooking up. We're hooking up. Bear's this whole friend group is like throwing it. They're really throwing this around, and it's getting tough. And throwing a lot of information out. And so Bear, in all his glory, just keeps going, doing what he's doing. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. So you get all of this, like even when she shows up to the party, she's dressed like Sarah. She even like drew the tattoo on her chest like Sarah had. Yep. So the obsession leads through every time Nikki's on there. It's so evident. It's so beautiful the way they do it. It's traumatizing every time we watch it. What is after she kills Sarah? So she does kill Sarah. Like they're talking. You find this really flirtatious nature in the both of them. And I'm like, you should be with Sarah. You got to let Nikki go. You realize like this is the right one for you. She likes you. You like her. Turn around. Poor old Sarah gets a brick to the gullet. Multiple times by good old Nikki. She kills Sarah off, and then she tells the weird Hansel and Gretel story at the party. By the way, covered up that murder. Covered right on up. Bear's like, we're not having any of this problems. Not going for help. Still like, no, I have her.
She made him she helped me get rid of the body. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Well, but at the same time, that's Bear, in my opinion. Like that's Bear, like she's doing what Bear would say, and he's like, we gotta get rid of the body, we gotta do this, or doing what at least what Bear wants to hear. Like I'm not like, do you think Nikki's gonna allow herself to be locked up in that obsessive state?
Oh hell no,
no way.
Because then she'd be away from Bear, and that's absolutely the worst thing she can have. She's proven she can't be away from him. She has reached a point where that infatuation obsession is all of her life. It is all consuming. It's all the only thing she's about. So it is creepy and weird to see that progression and have it happen kind of throughout to the point where she does wind up until the Sarah moment where she can't even handle having friends. She can't handle him going out. She can't handle him going to work. And that's why the feeding the cat thing, it's almost like, where did that come from? What was the point of that? Like as a person who's trying to do something sturdy, what you got?
Just going with what we were talking about earlier about how she's like the cat now. when you have a pet cat, they get out. Sometimes they'll hunt and they'll leave you the prey as like a thank you. Is that what that? I know that the cat was already.
I kind of
dead,
took
but
it
that
in a
was-
similar fashion, especially when my dog was chasing me with that fucking rabbit the other day. I was like, listen, that's what it was. No, I do agree because like I used to have a cat. Remember that cat we had, Neptune?
Oh,
And he would
absolutely.
always bring like mice and snakes and birds and leave them by my chair. Thankfully, my dog only leaves toys by me. It's like, here's my toy. You're gonna. I'm like, I don't want anything else. But that's what like with Casey is like. What Casey was saying. You know, about the cat and her feeding is like, and to what you're saying, Sturdy, I think those kind of mix pretty well. Like it's I don't know, it's kind of like that serving, like I got you something. It's you know, that sort of thing. So like I see your point there. I kind of like that too. But I don't know. I need to deep dive a little bit more because the cat for me, I was just like, I took it as when she wrote "Not You," she did that. Nikki had a moment.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck you and your cat. You're going to make me do this. That's
Like a few
fine.
moments there when she's making out with him and then she breaks off and screams and freaks out. Like I love that scene when she just loses it, when she realizes what's happening, like when her subconscious bleeds through. They did such a wonderful job with that.
Oh, yeah.
And I almost wonder if the cat making thing was the fact that he doesn't have any food around because he's a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid who doesn't have anything else. So she's like, well, I'm going to make him food. And she just looks to find whatever she can find and scrounges around. And hey, there's some meat.
That's a good point too. You wouldn't. Yeah, I like that point too. Just to kind of skip ahead a little bit. So she kills Sarah. You know, Mike Johnston does a great job as Bear. Like when he starts, he seems so like shitty and evil. I'm not going to do good with these curses. I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best. I'm purging tonight to get ready for Popcorn and Pints and the rest of the shows. But you get to this point where like now he's at wit's end. He's like, what am I gonna do? And he goes to Ian, gets another One Wish Willow. First of all, let's talk about when he called the One Wish Willow number.
Yes.
And he didn't ask to change his wish or undo it. He asked to modify his wish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
That's
he
creepy.
did.
That's some creepy stuff.
Like that.
Yep.
See that there, you would think it's like, you know what? How can I undo this? I really messed up. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I was thinking it was gonna be. I was thinking, you know, we're gonna be like, I can't even think of a.
Harold and Maude.
There you go, Harold and Maude. That go-to couple, or that, you know, people. Oh, I wish I was that couple type of deal. That's what he was thinking in his head, but he got the complete opposite of that, and he deserved it. Honestly, she didn't deserve it, but he deserved every since he did that wish, he deserved everything that happened to him. She did not, but he deserved every single thing that happened to him.
I'll agree with that. I
I
think
would
he
honestly
earned
say,
it.
yeah. That wish is literally, you be careful what you wish for. Like he did, he earned that shit. So we get to
Holy shit! You know what song would have worked good with this movie? Ray J's "One Wish."
Oh, that would have been nice.
And then you slow it down like a Jordan Peele effect and play that. Oh my goodness, that would have worked so well.
So you get him now. He's at wit's end. He goes. He finds another One Wish Willow. Somebody else needs to make the wish. He goes to Ian, explains everything. Ian does not believe him. And this is where Ian's the piece of shit. Oh, damn it. Ian is just that jerk. He takes the One Wish Willow, breaks it, and wishes for $1 billion, and money just starts falling from the ceiling. And I thought it was a funny scene. I thought it worked. It played well. Ian is that guy, and I'm not saying I don't like Ian in this movie, but that's because Cooper Tomlinson did a good job. Just like I don't like Bear in this movie, that's because Michael Johnson's doing a good job. And I'm heartbroken the entire way for Nikki
And
because
Sarah.
she's doing a horrific job in scaring me, and I'm like, this isn't her. Leave her alone.
Can I say something about with Nikki? One thing I did love about about her acting in this movie is it felt real in the sense of like the craziness, the part where she's like, you know, kill me now, Bear, the pain, all that just felt real, the emotions. And I love when you're watching these movies and you can see the emotion on that person's face and just their body language and all that. Because it hurts when you have, like, just imagine if, you know, say she did the acting good, right? How she did, but didn't have that part of the just the facial expressions or the body expressions for those certain scenes, they wouldn't have hit the same. And that really, really, really drove a lot of those scenes.
Yeah.
A lot of those scenes. Just the simple look. And I'm like, that's so dope that she did that with this film. That's so freaking amazing she did that with this film, because that really helps. It makes it more believable. I mean, again, when she used the bathroom on herself and she's standing there smiling, and you're just like, yo. I would open that door and just left. I'd be like, I'm done.
That the practical technique they used for that was pretty cool too. And like the way they ran the cord all the way down and stuff, like the tube, because they had to be off to the side because it was a wide shot. So they ran it across like where the up on this like frame, this tube, and then like across where like the fan was, and then right down and like to a point that was being blocked behind her head, then running across her body, and like there's somebody just rigged off to the side holding it up, and another person like pushing the urine through. I was like, it must have wouldn't have been easier at one point just to have her piss herself. At this point, you know. So he makes the $1 billion wish. He gets his $1 billion. They leave. He goes back home. Bear goes back home, and there's Nikki with Sarah's dead body. Nikki, of course, wearing Sarah's clothes and everything still, and she's got a gun, and she threatens for them both to be to kill them both, kill herself, and after killing him. And it's starting to get too much. Ian walks in trying to see what's going on with Bear. She shoots him dead.
Boom.
He's gone. You were a billionaire for like 3 minutes, dude. You should never went over. Nope. If you didn't believe, what are you doing?
I mean, that's the thing. Sorry, Sturdy.
No. Please. Okay.
I was probably gonna say the same thing you were gonna say. Like, after I make that $1 billion wish, listen, here's some money to get Sarah some help. I'm out. Simple. I'm done with this town.
I'm gonna leave a note. With like a little brown paper bag. I'm gonna throw it at the door and be like, he's dealing with what he's dealing with. He made his wish. He made his bed. He's got a lie in it. I'm out. I'm gonna go enjoy this.
That's
money.
Good to know, Casey.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
If I make a wish, you're just going to get your $1 billion and leave.
Well, because the option of actually walking in and getting shot is almost like that. Be careful what you wish for. He didn't believe his friend going through it. He then wishes for $1 billion just to be a jerk, gets his money, gets his wish, realizes, goes through it, goes back to the house to validate and, to gloat a little bit and maybe be excited about it. And he gets shot immediately because that's what happens in that scenario. It's almost like whatever possessive force that is part of the Weeping Willow was able to, know he was coming and immediately give him the other side of the wish. Everyone has another side of the wish. It's almost like there's always two parts to it. So sure, you're a billionaire for 3 minutes. I love the shop owner when it's the girl at first and then it's a dude later. And my favorite line that was subtly thrown in there was, "I've already made my wish." I think that was wonderful that was in there, that he's like, I can't wish for anything. I've already made mine. And the fact that the Weeping Willow or the Wishing Willow is down to like, there's only 5 left or something. There's a handful left after having an almost full box. It's wild. Like how
the wishes that are out there. Yeah.
Right.
This whole town's just dealing with stuff. That's why nobody was paying attention to Bear and Nikki.
It's like the worst needful things ever.
That's true. So after she shoots Ian, Bear realizes like he's sort of at wit's end. He locks himself in his bathroom while she's going crazy for him. He does OD. He takes the painkillers like the cat took, and then he decides like, no, wait, what am I doing? He tries to vomit. Doesn't work out so well, but she makes a wish on another One Wish Willow, which is that he would love her and only her. And then he comes out, he is now loves her and only her, and then dies.
Yep.
He ODs and dies. And here's the most horrific part of the movie is when Sarah's dead body's there, Ian's dead body's there, what's his name? Bear's dead body's there. And Nikki wakes up and just ends on her screaming, blood-curdling scream delivered perfectly. And that is Obsession. This movie floored me. This is my favorite horror movie of the year.
Ooh,
Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, we got a lot of year left.
We do. And this was a good movie. This is a really good movie. It's something I definitely want to watch again. It's something that I feel like people should definitely check out. I'd say at least twice, because it's one of those films to where, again, you may overlook something where you're just like, oh wow, I didn't see that. Because one thing I'm thinking about now is how we were talking about they were all bad friends, and we were mentioning things. I don't remember Sarah being a bad friend, so I do have to go back and see that. Because she really didn't do anything too crazy
she
or
does
wrong.
shit talk Nikki, and she does like share secrets and stuff. So it's not that she's a terrible person,
Right.
but they're not good friends.
No.
Yeah, I think that friendship line is very important to understand. You don't really talk shit about your friends to other people. That's a big thing. So if you're claiming friendship, well, you don't go around and say stuff to other people about your friend. If they're your friend, they're your friend. You know, you have to be the vault for them. That's an important part of friendship. And Sarah was trying to manipulate a little bit with Bear because she really liked Bear and she really wanted to be with Bear. Now, at the same token, she wasn't a bad person at any stretch, and she's probably the closest thing to a decent human in this whole thing. She might be the best of the best, but the best of trash is still stinky.
Right.
Yeah,
right about that.
And again, I feel like we need to give some credit. Like, you know, the thing is, they're at a bar drinking, so I guess they have to be 21.
That's what I thought with the trivia night thing, because they're all there. So
why is she like trying to wait for like? See, this is where I got a little jumbled on it, and it was like, she's not going to master's degree. She wants to go to art school. Like, there's a difference. I went to film school. Don't talk to me about master's degrees and shit. But no, like it's one of those things where like it's an ambiguous age thing, and that's what kind of bothered me, was because it was like you're thinking at 21 even is still like that. It's still very, you're young, you're dumb. But if they're 27, 28, then Bear, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, grow up, man. You're older. You need to pull your head out of your ass and just be better.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that these actions by these friends aren't done at people on friend groups of all ages, but the way they act in this is very much late teens.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being that young and being that, you know, naive and dumb and like even like jaded and kind of shitty at times.
Sure.
We all were. Everybody is. Like, we all have those moments, and you grow from it, or you don't. But like, I just feel like if with this friend group, like, it did feel the age was an issue for me, because I was like, they're doing a lot of things out in the open like college kids do, but they're not in college. Doesn't even seem like they're at that age, you know. I don't know, they're just weird. But before we do, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. It's one of my favorite horror movies of the year. Curry Barker again. Well, he blew me away with this one. His first movie, Milk and Cereal. Go check it out on YouTube. Very
I gotta
interesting.
see that one.
It's about an hour long. It's worth it. He does a really good job with it. He shows a lot of interesting capabilities and direction that when he got to this, I'm like, yeah, goddamn. Every time I watch a movie like this, like I watch Backrooms too, and I'll put that in this camp. Not just horror, it can be any genre. I realize how limited of a filmmaker I would have been if I did follow for direct. I could never make movies like this. I can write a movie and it can be good. I know I can. I can make a movie and it'll be fun. But this is so involved. Like, there are like these filmmakers today, these young men and women who are going out and making movies. I have to give them such a high regard, because one, they're doing it at an early age. Good for them. They're going out there and making it happen. They're bringing good stories, interesting stories, especially in the horror genre. And we're going to get into the horror renaissance in a bit. But something like this for Curry Barker, like, he has a comedy background. And I think we need to start having that conversation, because looking at Zach Kreger with Weapons last year, looking at Jordan Peele, a lot of people talk about the idea of Jordan Peele being a black director and making black films. And that is very important. I don't think we're talking about how much of his comedy background makes him an effective horror director, because horror and comedy, the timing is everything.
But the timing is everything. I'm sorry. Finish.
No. I was gonna add to that point of, like, we see a lot more emerging comedians becoming directors and kind of delving into horror and knocking it out of the park.
Agreed. And I think
that's something we need to talk about.
There's absolutely something there, because we have seen all of those show up, and we have seen those phenomenal directors who have had a wide past. And I think horror gives the most out of every single genre you could potentially work within. Horror gives you all of the potential. Horror leaves everything open. There is no door closed when it comes to horror movies. And I think all of these younger directors coming from different backgrounds, see that and love that and want to use that. I mean, they've done a great job. Danny McBride with Halloween, man. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I
that
would have
first
never in
one.
a million years.
Yeah, and
thought that
you
he
can
was-
attribute it being as good because he was involved, because he wasn't involved with the other two.
Right, exactly. That's why that
Yeah.
first one was phenomenal. 2018 is one of the best. I think we can all agree. It was a
Agreed.
wonderful remake. For me, just to circle back real quick, this is a 4 out of 5 for me. This is absolutely brilliant. I would go watch it again 1,000% in the theater. I thought it was really good. I really have to give mad props to Taylor Clemens, who was the DP on this. The way he shot and that lighting, the way they decided on those, that was so enticing. It kept me locked in the whole time. There was no let up for me on a movie that had lots of reason for me to feel uncomfortable with the acting, because the acting was so good that I did feel uncomfortable. I didn't like where it was going. I saw parts of younger me doing dumb shit like this. There you go, Mick. I got one for you. So it works out very well. And overall, I think this is the type of movie I want to get more into, much a la Companion, from last year.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was brilliant. I love these twists and plays on the creepy relationships. I think it's done beautifully. So let's see more of this.
Yeah, that was Josh Rubens I want to talk about too, who directed Hard Eyes, which I've done a review on. Sturdy just did a review on it recently. Go check those out. Another horror comedy, but like just gets a horror, and in such a beautiful way in all his movies. But to add to what you're saying, Case, yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, the difference between Bear and any 80s movie character that does the same thing is like Ducky, or somebody like that, or the guys from Weird Science. So it's fun and zany when they're like this and pine after the girls and try to win them over in weird ways. Revenge of the Nerds is a problem. The movie's a problem. Yeah, like they're not good people, and that's who Bear is. But we're seeing Bear for what even when we were young and did stupid shit, that's who we were. It's like that pathetic piece. Those are the times where we've acted in pathetic ways, and we grew from it. He did not. He did not. There are some people who are just going to continue that path, and
it's that prime, that alpha male. The problem with men and not being able to converse and have those honest conversations. His best friend Ian was one of the worst people to stab him in the back, essentially. And I maybe don't want to burn that part. We'll leave some things for people to go see for themselves and discover. But Ian was a piece of trash and did this thing to him.
Well, see,
he's the one going to him.
Ian's a piece of trash because he wasn't a good friend about it. Like the clear thing is, if you're hooking up with Nikki, be honest with your friend.
Exactly.
Even if you waited, even if it took some time or whatever, however it plays out, like as long as you're honest, it kind of works. But throughout the entire thing, he's trying to circumvent the whole thing.
Right. And he's just, after Bear's engaging him, Bear is legitimately talking to him about her, and Ian is holding that back. Yeah. It's just a dick move, man.
Yeah, if you can look your friend in the face and still be doing something like that to them, that's you're a problem. And Bear's the same way, because Nikki's supposed to be his close friend, and that's how he treated her. Sturdy, what's your out of 5? Because I'm not doing your 10 shit. Out of 5, what's your rating for this movie, and what's your final thoughts?
Honestly, it's I'm debating between a 4.5 and a 5. Honestly, because this was really that good to me. This is really that good for me, and just with. I like when a movie can have crazy in it, but make the crazy make sense and have a good reason why the crazy is crazy. And no matter what level it goes, it just fit well with this film and fit well within the story. And it's just like I said, I do want to see it again, but it makes you think like all you had to do was be honest. At the end of the day, she gave you another chance. Standing outside that car right there, do you like me? Yeah. All you had to say was yes. Because who knows? Maybe she liked you too. You never know. Or at the very least, she could have said, you know what? Here's how I feel. Do you like me? Yes. Okay, well, I do like you, but not in that way. Here's how I feel about you. But we all know Sarah really likes you. Something. Yeah. Something. He was just like, no, we're just friends. Soon as she goes inside, I wish she loved me. Like,
I know, right? And I'm so glad you brought that aspect of it up, because I've been in those situations where I'm in a car with a girl and I told her I loved her, and like it blew up in my face. And it's so funny because, and I'm talking young, you're much younger, and I'm not saying that should be the be all end all. I'm young. Well, who cares? It's the reason I'm saying I'm young is because by the time I'm in my late 30s, I'm like, that wasn't love. It was nowhere near love. Like I've felt love since then. I've gone through the motions. I've had this and that, and like
True.
I was like, so like I said it. I didn't even. So like with Bear, it's like he thinks he loves this girl. He didn't even know what love is. That's why I think with the age ambiguousness, like I'm like, if they're 18, 19, I can see him being dopey and making a stupid wish.
I mean, even I'll say between 18 and maybe 22, 23, because the way that his life and his lifestyle was he may not have matured the way some people will that are more, because again, he just from losing his grandmother, losing his cat, and he just seems to either hang out with these people or be home, hang out with these people or be home. So you're not even really having like a good, not like he's real socially awkward. He's very, very socially awkward. And that's normal. Yes, that is normal. Yes. But again, it's like, why not? Listen, I just wish I wouldn't be socially awkward anymore. I wish I had more confidence. Like, wish something like that. That's really going to benefit.
Yeah, right. And then go and knock on her door and tell you love her.
Wish for a +10 in charisma.
or wish to be Ryan Gosling.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
I wish I could look like Ryan Gosling everywhere. Oh my God, Ryan Gosling has a 2-inch dick. No, I'm just kidding. There's no way. He married Eva Mendes. There's no way.
No,
and he's got everything. He's the golden package. Yeah. If I'm gonna wish for anybody to love me and only fucking me, it's Ryan Gosling.
You know how wild that would be to just see Ryan Gosling just pop up behind Mick?
I wish Ryan Gosling was my friend. I get Ryan Gosling as a friend, but he's like Ian. So
yeah, we're just banging everyone behind her back.
Oh man. Well, listen, I think we all agree this is a great movie. Everybody should go see and check out.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I know we all did. And we appreciate you guys watching. If you are watching this as a clip, please subscribe to the channel, hang out with us, and follow us at the Scenes Now Go Over. But this is the podcast. If you guys are watching and listening, we appreciate it. We're going to move on to our
Just wrapping up my podcast.